Only Malcolm McDowell. Thank you. Thanks very much. What are we doing? Okay. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions, and then we're going to open it up. Yes, and then we're going to open it up to the.
Why don't we pull two of these?
Why don't we pull two of these forward?
Into the light. Right, there we go. God, what an ugly lot. Just kidding. Well. Yes, okay, well, fire away, buddy.
All right, let's talk about these conventions. This is, it's not something that you have done frequently. This is one of the first ones you've done, correct?
No.
Oh, okay.
You're absolutely wrong about that. Where do you get your information? The internet?
Yes.
Thank you, thank you. No, I do them occasionally, and I've been doing them for maybe 5 years now. So I do 2 or 3 a year. And just to get out, meet the fans, say hello. And I think it's important, you know. If it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be sitting here, or I certainly wouldn't. So, you know, it's great when you've got new stuff coming out and you want to get the word out. So, you know, I've got a new TV series called Franklin and Bash, which we picked up, which has at least 10 people have seen it here, so that's good. That's good. We'll maybe get 10 more next year. But anyway, we've been picked up, I'm happy to say. So stuff like that, and I've got a few movies that are going to be out, I don't know, you know, next, whatever, year or so.
How did the screening go last night? Clockwork Orange, 40th anniversary of the Clockwork Orange series. And we went to the Hollywood Commons 40th anniversary screening. How did that go? How was it?
I love being at this place, you know, this Hollywood Commons. I guess you all know about it. I had no idea what this experience was going to be like. I just heard them screening the movie, but I didn't expect this Disney ride. It was so much fun and so great. The fans came out. I think there were over 600 fans last night. It was fantastic for a movie that's only 40 years old. I guess it's a good movie. But you know, thinking back, you know, when we made it, and I can still remember every single shot that we did. It's amazing when you think, you know, that we're still talking and kids are still finding this movie as a new film, as their own. And it's a testament to, you know, a great piece of writing by Anthony Burgess, a brilliant novel, and of course to the genius of Stanley, who, I always think Stanley, an amazing man in many ways. Also, could also be a bit of a prick too. But I'm not going to speak ill of the dead. No, he was an extraordinary man, and of course made some of the great movies. You know, I haven't finished yet. I'll get to you. I want to just talk about Stanley, actually, for a minute, because you're going to get it from the horse's mouth. So when I went up to meet with Stanley Kubrick, he'd made Halves of Glory, Spartacus, Lolita, Doctor Strangelove, 2001, Clockwork Orange. So he was the John Ford and Steven Spielberg all rolled into one, i.e. a great artist who made art films that made money, a rarity. And so when I met him, he'd seen me in a movie called It, a Lindsay Anderson film, a fantastic film that I made. Wow, all right, I thought this was just a horror crowd. I've got an intelligent audience here, oh Christ, I'm going to have to change everything. I say, very nice to see you all.
They're not ugly anymore, are they? They're not ugly anymore.
No, they're not ugly either. God almighty! Where do these people come from? The suburbs of Chicago. What a city. Jeez. Anyway, it's a great city, and I love this place. I made a movie here with Robert Altman called The Company. Which, yes! You see, there are some really astute, intelligent people in this audience, because nobody saw that movie. Because it was about a ballet company. Actually, it's a wonderful Robert Altman film, and if you haven't seen it, go rent it.
And Neve Campbell's in it. She was in Scream.
There you go. Thank you. anyway, and it's about the Joffrey ballet. And it just, as Altman said, he wanted to lift the curtain and look behind, see what was happening behind the scenes. Anyway, what was the question?
You were talking about Stanley.
Oh yeah, Stanley. Oh my God. Anyway, I went to meet with this man. To be honest with you, because I was shooting another film at the time and it was a bit of a rush, blah, 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 I thought I was going to meet Stanley Kramer. Very different. I went to see this man. He was a short guy with a beard, with black, intense, intelligent eyes, and fixed you with a stare. They were like saucers, and sort of they seemed to bear down on you. And but there was also a bit of a twinkle there, a sense of humor, perhaps. Very black, of course, but he did have a great sense of humor. And one of the fun things of making Clockwork Orange for me was making Kubrick laugh. Because, and I understood immediately why he loved Peter Sellers. Because Peter Sellers was a stand-up comic, really, and could go into, you know, a million different caricatures and do weird voices and the whole deal. And you know, that was the genius of Peter. And I once said to him, that's why you like working with Sellers, isn't it? So he'd just do 40 variations and you'll just pick one. He goes, yeah, that was pretty cool. So there you go. Anyway, I went to meet him and he said, you know, have you heard of this book called Clockwork Orange? And I went, no. He goes, really? It's a cult book? I went, really? I know I haven't. So he gave me a copy and asked me to call him. So I read it the first time and I was befuddled and completely bemused by it. I didn't really understand it, and I kept having to go back to the glossary to find out what the hell these words meant. Like I'm sure everybody who's read the book, right? We're all in the same boat there. And the second time I read it, I suddenly thought, wow, this is a hell of a story. And the third time I read it, I went, oh my God, what an incredible part. So after about a week, I called him back and said, hi Stanley, I read the book. He goes, what do you think? I said, I think it's great, unbelievable, I love it. He went, good, I'm really glad. So a bit of a pause, and I said, are you offering me the part? Because I was young and, of course, idiotic. And there was a long pause, and he said, yes. Good, I'll come out. Right, and that was it. The beginning of an extraordinary journey with this weird guy. You know, I used to go out for dinner and stuff out of his house, and you know, everything was weird, everything was secret. And we went into one room where he got all the schedule up on boards, and they were hanging on the walls, and he had these Turkish bath towels over them. And I'm going, what is this? He goes, I don't want anybody to see them. I went, but we were in your house. Who's going to come into your house? He goes, there was a certain paranoia there. You're getting the drift here? And, well, I once went into his room just to talk to him, say something, I don't know what it was, and he had these earphones on and he was listening intently. What I thought was probably a new von Karajan version of Beethoven's Fifth, or Beethoven's Ninth, which is the one, of course, they use in the movie, and the Ode to Joy. And he beckoned me to be quiet, and I stood there like an idiot for 20 minutes. In the end, he took the earphones off and said, gee, another near miss at Heathrow. That's the airport in London. He'd been listening to the traffic controllers. He didn't like flying. I know.
There are all kinds of interesting and crazy stories about.
Well, you know,
a lot of them are just, you know, probably crap. But
no, you know, he was so interesting in many ways. I mean, he called me up and he called me into the inner sanctum, a very small room that he had a lock on the door to keep the kids out. And this is the only room that I knew about, other than the bathrooms, where you could lock the door. And I went in and he said, I want to show you some video. He goes, because I've got a cast of handmaidens. I went, oh, really? You mean the naked guy? Yeah. Lock the door. And here comes these girls on videotape, right? Very, very attractive. So the camera would, they'd walk onto a stage like this, and the camera would, instead of going to their face, go to their boobs, right? But they would be saying, the quality of mercy is not strained. It droppeth like the heavenly dew from the skies. And then boom, click right on a beautiful pair of tits, right? We push the pause button and take a photograph of the said tits, right? We went through, it must have been about 30 girls doing the quality of mercy speech from The Merchant of Venice, right? I don't know what part they thought they were going to be playing, and why, you know, they were topless, you know, but anyway, I get a call the next day from Stanley. He goes, I got the photos back. And, oh, what were they like? He goes, come over right now. So I go over, we go back into the room, locks the door. He's got these spanking 8x10s of all these breasts. And we're looking, he goes, okay, and very seriously, okay, Malcolm, you choose the first one. Oh, well, that's, wow, well, look at, my God, look at these nipples. I have to say, wow. I think we'll go for these puffy nipples. What do you say, Stan? He goes, okay, that's one. Now it's my turn. Well, I think these over here. I went, okay, and it's my turn now. He goes, no, I'm taking two. Well, he was the director. So I went, great, who are they? He looked at the picture, turned it over. He goes, gee, I don't know. He'd forgotten to write down who the damn girls were. So that was the brilliance of Stanley Kubrick. The only time he was thinking through his penis. So he's really just like any other guy, right?
Well, that's great. That's a great story.